Hello there YouTube, hope everyone's doing well. I'm here in beautiful Sydney, in beautiful lockdown, living the dream. I got a request from one of the Patreons this morning. Thank you Mr. Paul Cannon for making this request. As you guys know, if you're a supporter on my Patreon page, you get to choose what the videos are about. This is a perfect request, it's right, matches the channel perfectly, and it was a piece of music I'd not heard before. What was it called? Something Mon Pays or something like that by Enrico Macias. I can't remember the exact name. Adieu Mon Pays. Enrico Macias. We're not going to learn the song or anything like that, but Mr. Paul Cannon basically said there's a beautiful rundown at the start of this song. And when I listened to it, I confirmed that there are several beautiful rundowns at the start. Can you teach us something about rundowns? And I think that's a perfect topic for today's lesson. So we're going to do some rundowns. I will play a little bit, and then I will show you some things, and then I will do that again in slightly more advanced situation. So I'll just play for a sec. That's going to be kind of like our first basic thing that we do today. So what I basically did then was just run down an E Phrygian mode. And after each rundown, I played one of the four chords of the Andalusian cadence. So the chords that I played were A minor, G, F, or some kind of flamenco F. We've talked about that before, and we will talk about that, and an E. A minor, G, F, E, the infamous, famous, beautiful Andalusian cadence, the core of most Spanish guitar. That's what I'm hearing in this song. I also think there's a capo being used. So in the Enrico Macias performance, Paul, I think there's a capo somewhere. I didn't actually figure it out yet. But today, that's what we're doing. So the rundown, 12, 10, 8, 7, 5, 3, 1, 0. So slowly, 12, 10, 8, 7. And then 5, 3, 1, 0. And I agree completely, Paul. A beautiful rundown makes everything sound better. So let's say you're playing some Spanish guitar, having the time of your life, as we all are when we're playing our guitar. It adds color, drama, and it's kind of one of those great little tricks, and I like to say it all the time. It makes you sound better than you are. It makes us seem like better guitarists than we are, because we just do a... So that's a great little rundown to do. Now, of course, we are going to expand, and there are many, 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 many variations. I'm going to try and teach you some and get you thinking in a slightly new way. So most of these rundowns are basically a scale shape running down a string. You can definitely do run ups as well. We might not do that right now, but I'm just going to pick one of several shapes at random. We're going to do 3 notes descending. So I'm going to go 12, 10, 8. But after I've done 3 notes descending, I'm going to go up 1 note. So after 12, 10, 8, I'm going to go back to 10, 8, 7. So we're going 3 notes back, then we go 1. So it's kind of like 3 steps backwards, 1 step forwards, 3 step backward. So 12, 10, 8, 10, 8, 7, 8, 7, 5, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 1, 3, 1, 0. And the benefit of these longer rundowns where you go down a bit, then you come up, they basically go for longer. So you're creating more of the illusion of a flurry of notes. You're not necessarily playing more different notes. It's still those same 8 notes that we ran down at the start. It's the exact same notes, the exact same scale. We're not adding any more musical material. We're just, by doing this concept of 3 down, 1 up, 3 down, 1 up, we're basically making it last for longer. That's a really cool rundown. And thanks, Paul. Yes, I play things like this all the time, but it's nice to stop and delve and have a good bit of a think about this. So this is a great request for a lesson. We're probably going to start to get a bit murky in terms of now there's going to be a lot of numbers and notes. By the nature of it, there's a lot of notes. So Patreon is the place to come for tabs. That is a good one. there's another classic shape that I do all the time myself, which is where you go one note up and then two notes back. So that's like 12, 13, 10, 12, 8, 10, 7, 8, 5, 7, 3, 5, 1, 3, 0, 1. So we go to the next higher note, then we jump two notes back. I'll tell you those notes one more time. 12, 13, 10, 12, 8, 10, 7, 8, 5, 7, 3, 5, 1, 3, 0, 1. And we've arrived happily, safely, and musically at our home base. To play some open position Spanish guitar. So that's really, really cool stuff. You will notice so far in this lesson, everything I've taught you has been kind of perfectly symmetrical or perfectly, not necessarily, but in form. So when we did running down the scale, it was just down the scale. When we did three notes back, one note up, we haven't broken any of these shapes yet, but as you progress, you definitely can break the shapes. For example, I'll just give you a quick little run kind of idea of that. So I might go down the three, and I might get there and change to the other one. So you can combine these melodic shapes to make longer or more extensive rundowns. I definitely encourage you to do that. Paul, I hope that was enough to get you started. I will do what I call a Patreon deep dive. So after I post each YouTube video to the channel, I make another video just for the Patreons, which is in a lot more depth. Here on YouTube, I kind of assume you're like a beginner, possibly intermediate guitarist. The Patreons, I assume, are kind of intermediate plus level. So we get a bit more in depth, it's a bit more difficult and a bit more interesting, hopefully. So Paul, I'll see you over there, and anyone else who wants to join up to Patreon, please do. Otherwise, you've got some melodic material here to play with. You can do it in the open position, for example. So you might go, that's just open E. 3-1-0 on the B string, 2-0 on the G string, 3-2 on the D string. So it's basically it's the same scale, just one octave lower. That's a good one. And that kind of thing is definitely in that song, Adieu Mon Pays, or however you say it in French. And look, you can do run-ups, like I might do an A minor scale. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. I'm going to have to stop here, otherwise this video would go for hours, because this is a interesting, dense and complex topic, and there's so many amazing melodic shapes we can make. I gave you a few today, and I hope you practice those and find more for yourself. Thank you very, very much.